Hello, West Park High School Panthers. My name is Mrs. Tretto. You can call me Mrs. T. I am the district librarian. I also wanted to introduce you to our library media technician, Mrs. Morehouse. So you'll notice that in the library area, you might see one or both of us. I'm always here on Mondays. Mrs. Morehouse is here the rest of the time. She's here full time. I'm the district librarian, so I cover a lot of libraries, and West Park is my library on Mondays. So I wanted to talk to you about how to find books in our library. We have a library, it's moving to the Grove building as soon as the construction is completed. And I have students that come by and they want to know, how do I check out a book? And how can I find a book? So this tutorial is the first part. I'm going to talk about how you check out a library book and how you find books in the catalog. And then at the end of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how to access and show you a little tour of our ebook collection, which ebook stands for electronic book. So let's get started. Right now, you'll notice that I am at our main page of our high school website. This is the West Park High School website. It should be pinned in your Chromebook. So if you're looking for the library, which oftentimes is called the research lab or the learning lab, sometimes you'll hear it called a couple of different names. Just know that it's all the same place. We're over here in the admin building at the very far corner. So you can click on resources because our library is a resource, and you have to click on L for library. When you get there, you'll notice that you're at the library homepage. This is where you need to go to check for library books. On the left-hand side, there's catalog and ebook access. That's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. So if you click on catalog, you'll be able to search our catalog. And if it does not take you immediately to West Park Panthers, you might get a list of all of the schools in the district. You need to make sure that you're clicking on West Park Panthers. You'll know you're in the right place when you see on the left-hand side that there is a panther in our logo. So you're going to go over to catalog. That's where you're going to search. And your screen will look a little bit different than mine. I'm in the librarian screen right now. So yours will have not as many options and menus. But this part here in the middle where the catalog is will look exactly the same. So if we're looking for a book, and I'm looking for Harry Potter, now, there's a couple of ways you can see if it's available. You can do a keyword search, which is going to be your broad search. It's going to give you the most results, right? You're going to get books like Quidditch Through the Ages, books that other people have written about Harry Potter, maybe biographies about J.K. Rowling. Like there's going to be so much. If you go to title, it will only give you books that have Harry Potter in the title. And then if you click on author for this is where you're going to stop short because Harry Potter is not an author. You'd have to type in J.K. Rowling to find Harry Potter. So let's go ahead and do a keyword search. I think about the big magnifying glass. That's where you want to find the most results. So I would start there. And I would make sure your location says West Park High School. Okay, it should already say that, but just in case, make sure you look at location. So if I click on this, I'm going to see, oh, wow, there's a whole bunch of Harry Potter books. So if I'm looking for my favorite Harry Potter book, which is The Goblet of Fire, I can see it right here. I know when it's published, and I also have a call number. That call number is on the spine of your book, and I actually have a library book here, so I can show you an example. If you look right there on the spine, that's your where your spine label will be, and that is your call number. That's where you find where it is on the shelves. So if you see FIC, that means it's a fiction book, and ROW is the author's last name. We actually have our library here at West Park. It's completely genreified. So we have categories. We have romance books. We have urban fiction books. We have a whole bunch of different books that you can look in different sections of the library. But to find it, you have to look at the spine of the book. So if I want to know if the Goblet of Fire is available, I would look over the right-hand side and I see right here, it says one of one available. So if I click there, I see that it's available. I know exactly where it is. I also can see where are some books at other libraries. And the reason that you might be interested in this is if a book is checked out, you can come to me because I'm in charge of Antelope Library and Roseville High School Library and Roseville Pathways. So there might be a copy of the book and I can lend it to you interlibrary loan. All you need to do is email me at ztredo@rjuhsd.us, and or you can come in on Mondays, and or you can talk to Mrs. Morehouse because she lets me know that a student wants a particular book. All right, so that's how you find the book. You could actually click on it. It'll give you a little bit more of a description if we go back to the search results in the catalog here, the Goblet of Fire. It'll give us a little bit about what it's about. And then if we scroll down here, if you're in a class to where you have to read a certain amount of pages, I strongly suggest you go down to format 734 pages. So then you know, because some teachers are requiring you to read a certain amount of pages per quarter, per semester. So, and then you can also find out additional information about it and if it won any awards. So there's a lot of things in the catalog that you can find out. So I'm going to actually show you how to access an electronic book or an ebook. The reason why I wanted to tell you all about ebooks and show you how to find them and how to check them out is because during 2020, we spent a lot of money on electronic books. And there are some things that you can do with an ebook that you can't do with a physical book, right? So I'm going to go back here to our search results. I'll go back here to library search. All right. So if I'm looking for an electronic book and I want a Stephen King book because I love scary books, right? So if I was doing author Stephen King, I would have to type in material type. Electronic books are over here, right? And then I can just type on author there, click on that. And of course, I've got some Stephen King books that have automatically populated. I'm going to select one here. Maybe I'll do Christine. You'll know it's an electronic book because you see the little E in the box. You can click on open, and this is where you can get a little preview. So one thing about opening up an ebook, it will ask you for a username and a password. This is where students get a little bit confused. You just type in your first name dot last name and then your 6-digit code or whatever your password is to log into your computer. A lot of students try to put their entire first name dot last name at student.rjuhsd. They put their whole email address and that doesn't work. So I'm here. I've already logged in. If you have any problems logging in, you need to just let myself or Mrs. Morehouse know. I'm going to go here to our menu, show you a couple of things about an ebook that's a little bit different. So let's see. If I go back, there's always some information in our table of contents, but I wanted to just get us to a page that had a lot of text so I could show you. If you look here, right now I have the dyslexic font on. Our brains are all wired differently. So if I don't want the dyslexic font, then I would do this. The other thing I can do is I can change my color, my background. Some people don't like using or reading off of a white page. Like they like to have a darker background with the font being a lighter color. You can also change the format of how you read it. So you have a little bit more options. And if you're older like I am, you can make the font bigger or you can make the font smaller. Okay, that's too small, obviously. If you go into the audio options, you can actually select, and some of our ebooks are actually to where you can listen to them in different languages. We have Spanish, and then you can also decide, do you want a male voice? Do you want a female voice? You can slow it up. You can speed it. You can speed it up if you wanted to make it slower. Maybe English is your second language and you just like to listen to something at a little bit slower pace. Maybe you're really good at listening and you're an audio learner. And so you decide you want to listen to it faster because you got to get that book finished. So that's just a little tip there. The other thing you can do
This is
is
the story of a lover's triangle.
you'll notice that it highlighted as it was going, so you can kind of follow along. So it's a way to increase your fluency. That's really good. You can also bookmark. You can take some notes. You can highlight. So those are just some things that you can do in an electronic book that you can't with a physical copy. So going back to our library website, back here to the very beginning. If you go to ebook access, this tells you all about it. And then here you can click on it and it'll take you to our entire ebook collection. And we have so many. And so if you see that it's in, you know that it's available and you can check it out. There's information on how to check them out. If you have issues or questions, you can always come to us in the library. So I hope you find something really fun to read, like somebody's reading this one right now. That was the bell, though, Panthers. Any other questions, just feel free to come down to the library and we'd love to help you. Good luck in your reading and have fun with it. Bye.